they'll be calling you a radical. This is a real important video, and people that have been following along this for all these years, since Fukushima, know that I've been talking about this for years. Plutonium, China syndrome. I'm the first guy on the face of the earth that called China syndrome at Fukushima, and I named it Del Mar Argentina syndrome, as you know. So I've talked about the mantle, I've talked about the cores being burrowed into the mantle, I've talked about the cores and the energy being released off Fukushima. Everybody laughed at me. I'm like, no, these are 3 full core meltdowns. They've never got near the cores. This is China syndrome, which I named Del Mar Argentina syndrome. So now it's getting some traction. Because, and I talked about this multiple times when they found this Oasis in 2015. Now, what's the Oasis named after? It's just Greek mythology. Kevin Blanche, son of Cassandra. Who's that? So, stay with me. You can laugh at this all you want. I mean, Tracy Hall, my 8th grade history teacher at Walquist Junior High. Yeah, the guy that invented the synthetic diamond. I remember him talking about people lying. I remember Mrs. Kohler, my 7th grade science teacher. She's the one that sent me on this path. She says, God, that mind of yours? Best teacher I ever had. Ever, ever, ever. Her, my science teacher. She's the first one that told me, because I was all into Einstein by then, you know, and I was into metal brawn, you know, because that was in 1971. Practical physics, the gas, the vapor. She says, I can't believe you were in 7th grade and you go like this. And when China syndrome, the philosophy came out on that, everybody kind of sort of laughed, but didn't. Fukushima's proved that China syndrome was very, very real. It's unarguable, which I named Del Mar Argentina syndrome at Fukushima. So recently, they've all my work verified. They finally got photographs in there on the pad on number 1. And the giant concrete pad, which is, the concrete pad at number 1 is bigger than that building. As big. It's gone. The concrete's gone. It's just about, where's the course? And Lake Barrett, who ran the cover up, the so-called cleanup at 3 Mile Island, which they lied about the whole time. We're coming right up on that. I mean, we're coming up on Chernobyl in a couple days. It's actually 25th here. So let's talk about this. So they're saying they've never seen anything like it. They can't identify what's coming off. Now, let's stay with me. Stay with me on this. I remember she taught me about how persecuted all news. I mean, in Austria, I mean, I'm Semmelweis. I mean, Semmelweis, little visible germs, he was so crazy and radical. Little invisible germs fighter, they threw him in a freak, after he proved it, they threw him in a freaking nut hut, beat him to death in Vienna. Kevin Semmelweis Blanche. My theories are not crazy. They're not. They're being proven out every day. First you hypothesize the knowledge. They're being proven every single day. Scientists are mystified, they're baffled. Now stay with me. When I started talking about the salmon collapse and this energy, this plasma, this gas, this vapor coming off Fukushima, these meltdowns coming off these core meltdowns, I said it never ever happened in the history of mankind. Never happened at Chernobyl. That was one graphite reactor that blew up to 700,000 men entombed. Now, there's only one answer that can be on this. There's only possibly one answer. You cannot tell me that thousands and thousands of scientists, thousands, are baffled, mystified, stumped, perplexed, curious, alarmed. You cannot tell me that every single one of them has got the golden handcuffs. It's new. It's never happened before. This energy that's coming off Fukushima is new, which I named plutonium in the early days. I'm the first guy that said these are full core meltdowns. This is China syndrome. They're going to burrow into the earth. Are they into the mantle? Stay with me. You know about the Japanese trench? Now we're talking about the core. The core is going into the core. Remember on the peninsula in Russia when everything washed up dead a couple years ago? And the surfers said they could feel burning in their eyes, tasting on their tongue, And the first videos that came out, I mean, even the giant octopus were laying there. Everything was dead. And they'd never seen it before. The Minister of Environment from Russia came over there and just cried. And the first thing you can hear, you don't need to speak Russian, you can hear him talk, Fukushima. It's right there. That trench is right there. So the 3 cores at Fukushima, Japan, have burrowed. It's unarguable. It's unarguable now. My work is being verified. They have burrowed into the earth and they cannot get to them. They don't even know where they're at. And we know that they were burrowing and eating deeper and deeper and deeper. Are they into the mantle? It's unarguable. They're in the Pacific Ocean. They're in the mantle. Is this them coming out? Well, they're saying the gas is coming off this Oasis. They cannot, they've never seen it before, ever. They mystified plutonium. Everything you're going to chalk up, everything post the meltdowns, which, again, Lake Barrett to Leslie Stahl on 60 Minutes. I will quote them. You know, look it up. It's tagged robots. I know Lake Barrett personally. Well, Lake cleaning this up here at Fukushima is like going to the moon. Lake Barrett to Leslie Stahl. It took 60 minutes, 3,000 days to tell you what Kevin Latch told you in 1 hour. The big one's coming, so let's keep Diablo Canyon open. Let's keep Diablo Canyon open, huh? So we can have a Fukushima here on this land. TikTok. Diablo Canyon clock.
Oh my gosh, that's so weird. So apparently that lake
So Leslie Stahl to Lake Barrett. Well, this is like going to the moon cleaning it up. Lake Barrett back to Leslie Stahl. Look it up. Way bigger than that. This has never happened before. Where are these cores? See those holes? We don't know. So, okay, we know now. My work's been verified. The cores have pushed and pushed deeper and deeper, and that's being verified by TEPCO, by Lake Barrett, by the whole cleanup apparatus to cover it. They've sent in robot after robot after robot that can stand unbelievable temperatures, can't even get near. But we know we got the first pictures recently to verify Kevin Blanchard's work. Just like my salmon work. This gas, this energy will push into the Pacific Ocean. It's going to break the chain. And everybody laughed at me. Oh, wasting disease. I'm the first one that was saying the starfish would go before they even went. I had to walk the coast of California and prove to you that they went. Now my work's verified. 95 to 99% starfish collapse. Acutely. We don't go coincidence in science, right, kids? Coincidence doesn't get in science. Mystified, baffled, stumped, perplexed, or no, you get to work. Coincidence doesn't cut it. We have enough data now. Then I said the salmon will go. Steelhead will go immediately because steelhead salmon go to sea 1 to 2 years. They went immediately. How about the Chinook salmon? Speaking of Oregon, speaking of what? Record returns, look it up. 2011, 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12. To the point that we had 3 million if you take the net and the over. We had 1.4 million over the dam on the Columbia in 2015. Everybody's laughing. I says, no. Chinooks never go to sea on average of 5 years. They will collapse in 2016. You want to talk about acute radical, as son of Cassandra predicted every bit of this to a fine science, Kevin. Now, what's the Pythias Oasis named after? Hushi? Oh, it's just Greek mythology. That's all. I used to be so fascinated with Greek mythology when I was a little kid. I mean, how much is real and how much is not real? Now, what's plutonium named after? What's californium named after? What's tennesseeum named after? What's livermorium named after? Huh. It's new. You know, and my work has been nothing but persecuted. I've been persecuted and laughed at and ridiculed and squashed when my work is being verified. Now you're telling me this is another coincidence? You put it in symphony with the salmon collapse. You put it in symphony with the starfish wasting disease collapse. You put it in symphony with the heat bubble over the fires in Northern California. Never happened before. Never. We've never had any. I remember I was in California, people were like, God, you predicted this again. And I said, yeah. The one ranger told me at first we thought that simultaneous fires. I'm the first guy that says, look at the trees. Now, how do pine needles stay green? They hold radiation for the sun inside their needle. You ever thrown a pile of them on a fire? Oh, it's beetles. No, it's not beetles. And then fires were starting over a multi-thousand-mile radius simultaneously. How's that even possible? The atmosphere's catching fire. I mean, it's a gas. Every one of these guys will tell you straight up. Talk to the guys in Paradise, they'll say, we've never seen anything like it. Every single one. Never in the history of mankind. What's happened post-Fukushima? And all we've heard is scientists, Mr. Pythias, Stumper, including the demic. I mean, but I can't say anything like that, you know. Persecute me some more. I mean, so the Oasis, my hypothesis, as you know, I hypothesized the very exact thing clear back in March and April of 2011. I said, look, these core sinus syndrome is real, and it will burrow down. They'll never get close to it. It's going to burrow down. It's going to burrow down. It's going to get into the mantle, and it's going to come out in the ocean. You know? Hello, is that what it is? Well, they're saying they can't identify what the gas that is coming off. And it's the brakes on the Titanic plates. TikTok, we're going to, somebody told me the 9 on the Richter scale, the 9 in Fukushima, Japan is once in 1,000 years. I says, once in 1,000 years? Then why did it happen in Indonesia on the Ring of Fire just a few years earlier? Wasn't that 2005 when it completely obliterated? I mean, there's islands that were just, whole villages gone. Wasn't that a 9/1? Then a few years later, that was on New Year's Eve, wasn't it? Was that 2005? Somewhere around there. Then it happens again in Japan, 2011. They've happened in California before. We know that. It's just been, we haven't been here long enough. TikTok, is it due? Oh, we know a major quake is way overdue or in California. I mean, we had that big one in Alaska. What was that? 58, 61, somewhere around there. You're still waiting for the main event. Dumb Argentina syndrome, I named it. Goes straight through Japan. You know how China syndrome is named. We're coming up on Chernobyl. How many years is that? Wow. God, maybe we can have a Netflix documentary in the year 2525. I see he bought Powder Mountain. So, Kevin Blanche, play back the tape. Where was I supposed to go? Blackballed here at the university? Huh. YouTube used to call themselves the Great Equalizer. That's where I went. Had to go on. What am I going to do? Put it into the J store so Arnold Schwartz can go try to download it and get freaking life in prison? You do know about the J store. Where am I supposed to go with my work? Thank you for all you grassrooters who have supported this historic work. Without you, it doesn't get done. Run on fumes. This is probably the greatest PhD in human history. I think about him. I think about those people that I learned from when I was a little kid. God, I had such fantastic teachers in this place. Oh my God, I look back on it, they were incredible. Einstein ran off the intuitive mind, the great peace activist that he was. I had a dream when I was an 11-year-old boy. So, what's coming out of the Oasis? Is it the cores of Fukushima have caused this? Well, my hypothesis clear back then said that this would happen. And I named it Dumb Argentina syndrome. Play back the tape. And so, you're trying to tell me you understand this, all you scientists. This is the only answer. Mystified, baffled, stumped, perplexed, curious, bewildered. They can't all be that. They can't all be that, can they? It has to be new. And I've proven it. Look, in science, we have to gather the data, which I have. We have the salmon data. We have 12 years of salmon data now we can look at. We can run regressionary models now, and any regression model you model on the salmon, on the whales, on the starfish, it'll come back and it'll deviate from the mean so many times, and it'll all point to 2011. All of it. You could build the models, it'll all come out. There was an outlier in 2011. There's an absolute unarguable fact. There's an outlier in the Pacific Ocean in 2012. Or excuse me, 2011. Well, what happened? Something crazy had to happen in 2011. Again, never happened in Chernobyl, never happened in Mayak, never happened in Santa Susana, never happened at freaking Idaho National Lab. This is the first major meltdowns, cores burrowed into the earth in human history. China syndrome was true. Those scientists had it right. Absolute, been documented, proven. As I named Plutonian. Go in denial. Go in denial. All great knowledge is persecuted. By the way, God, I gotta do some of that hair here. This is why. Why? Did Einstein have neat hair? I used to say that when I was younger. I had this hair. Did Einstein have neat hair? My line, you can go ask everybody, I've said it for years. Never trust a man with neat hair. Never. 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 Stand tuning. Where are the cores? Where are the Fukushima cores? Where are they? Where they are. And breaking news. Jet stream moves left to right. Breaking news. Fish swim. Breaking news. Ocean currents. The bridge from Fukushima landed at Gold Beach, Oregon in what, 6-7 days? The trench. This is off of Oregon. Just another coincidence. The denial is epic. All great new knowledge will be persecuted. Stand tuned.